Hello, I am Natural Regressor, and today I would like to discuss the science behind the modern extraterrestrial abduction and sighting. This is real disclosure. This comes to us from an anonymous source, that is, someone who simply does not wish to be named or identified. Um, the reason why this information is being revealed is that it has come to our attention that the United Kingdom is colluding with the Chinese to plan a false flag extraterrestrial assault. Um, and there are those of us who do not wish for that to occur. So there are three concepts which need to be understood in order to fully grasp the modern extraterrestrial abduction and sighting. The first is the concept of the evolutionary archetypes. There are two primary evolutionary archetypes to discuss. The first is the reptilian archetype. Reptilians are the oldest quadruped ancestors to mammals and primates, and as an archetype, the reptilian archetype exists as certain traits within human neurology and behavior, including the reptilian brain, that is the lowest portion of our brain, which contains our base urges and instincts. The avian archetype is the second archetype I wish to discuss. It originates from evolutionary traits which remained recessive in reptilian heredity between the evolutionary fork which produced birds and the one which produced mammals. So these archetypes are present in both human psychology and neurology, and humans can be either avian or reptilian dominant. The second concept, which needs to be discussed in order to understand modern extraterrestrial mythology, is the concept of protoforms. A protoform, in essence, is another word used to describe the evolutionary archetypes, either avian or reptilian, but in biological terms. So the avian protoform relates to the avian archetype, and the reptilian protoform relates to the reptilian archetype. The third concept is the concept of the regressor. Regressor, or the evolutionary regressor. A regressor is defined as a sentient organism one or more orders of evolution higher than the rest of human species, especially in terms of intelligence. So I'm going to give you a short history of regressor science. During World War II, Herbert Mengele and his contemporaries started working on the creation of human genotype protoform phenotype regressors based on the avian and reptilian ancestral archetypes. It was found that these archetypes have a relationship with the human neurology, specifically the adrenergic system, and that regressors with human genotypes and protoform phenotypes could be created by catalyzing an adaptive evolutionary response in human specimens during the fetal stage of development. So they knew during this time that evolution was an adaptive process, meaning that it occurs over time and that it is based on response to stressors. So that if a tribe of primates, for example, came into an area where there was less food, then they would evolve in a way that would allow them to cope with less food or would allow them to consume other types of food sources which may be in the area. So it was found that so the original objective of these early experiments was to create that evolutionary response within the lifetime of a single organism. And they were doing this with humans during that time, and it was found that the easiest way to do this with a human was by introducing a stressor medication to a human fetus. Thus, human protoform regressors imploded adrenaline phenotype, also known as avian regressors, are created by medicating a human fetus or embryo with a slow time-release adrenaline antagonist gel. And human protoform regressors exploded adrenaline phenotype, also known as reptilian regressors, are created by medicating a human fetus or embryo with a slow time-release adrenaline agonist gel. And this is the first time this information is coming out. Avian regressors are also known as greys, and reptilian regressors are known as reptilians. An avian regressor is believed to be the end result of human evolution if avian hereditary traits are isolated and evolved to singularity. A reptilian regressor is believed to be the end result of human evolution if reptilian traits are isolated and evolved to singularity. So after World War II, regressor science was sold to the Russian and Chinese governments. After the Roswell incident, during which the NSA captured an avian regressor-driven experimental aircraft which happened to crash while on a reconnaissance mission, the U.S. government began to experiment themselves with regressor protoforms. And in the 1990s, the CIA discovered a way to insert the medical stressor at an earlier stage of development. Modern sightings of greys and reptilians are a result of this experimentation. And at this time, they have been widely commercialized. They're used by corporations and governments all over the world. So the reason why this information is being revealed is that it has been found that the UK is colluding with the Chinese to plan a false flag regressor assault, which they will disguise as an extraterrestrial invasion. So I'm going to leave you with this, and I will be posting more later to describe more of the advanced science that they are hiding from us. And so until next time, this is Natural Regressor signing off.